Hey, this is Celtics Review, and we're back for the 11th game of the NBA season. Celtics win 104-88 against the Toronto Raptors and move up to 5-6.
Guess who's back?
Oh my goodness.
So we move ever closer to that 500 that we desperately want to be at. It was a good game from the Celtics. Fun game to watch. Good hustle. Just like all around good playing and good ball movement from the Boston Celtics. Nothing really to complain about this game. We didn't have Brown still, and Tatum didn't play great, but he was still offensive factor. Let's get to these Boston Celtics box scores. Jason Tatum, 8 for 24 from the floor, so not the greatest, but 3 for 7 from 3, and has some big clutch. He won by like 14, but good shots when they were trying to make a comeback. 12 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, and 22 points with a plus 18 plus or minus. So this, that 7 assists, that's what you want to see from Jason Tatum. You want to see him moving the ball instead of going inside. There was a time in the game where he'd just drive and then kick out to the corner. He'd be wide open. That's all he needs to do, because you already know he's going to get double teamed every time he drives the ball and every time he catches the ball. He just needs to realize where the double team's coming from and who needs to pass to next. And he did pretty good with that tonight, only having 2 turnovers. Marcus Smart, another good game from Marcus Smart. He's been playing pretty good recently in Marcus Smart standards. 5 for 12 from the floor, 13 points. 1 for 4 from 3. 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 steals, and also a block with only 1 foul, and he had no turnovers. So he really did play well for us and was there on defense. Locked up Gary Trent Jr. and Fred VanVleet, all those dudes. Dennis Schroeder had a good game. In place for Jaylen Brown. It was a good offensive night other than his 8 turnovers, which it's whatever. We still won. Who cares? Yeah, so he did have those 8 turnovers, but he had 8 for 15 from the floor and 2 for 3 from 3 with 20 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. So honestly, he played a pretty good offensive game. Robert Williams was one of the main reasons we won this game, definitely. 8 for 11 from the floor, 13 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, a block, and only 1 foul. He had 8 offensive rebounds, and I'm pretty sure his first 5 or 6 rebounds were all offensive. So he had so many putbacks this game. It was insane. Every other missed shot at the start of the game was a putback by Robert Williams. Those second chance points really put us in front of this Raptors team to win the game. He ended up having 16 points, so he actually played very well, and he's been playing well for us. Al Horford, not great. Still good, to be honest. He had 5 for 11 from the floor, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, a block, and 10 points. So, he only played 24 minutes. So, you can't be too mad at that, but he played pretty well. Josh Richardson had a great game off the bench, having 32 minutes, which is a lot for him, but he had 15 points. He had 5 fouls, but that was whatever. 5 fouls, 2 turnovers, a block, 3 steals, an assist, 3 rebounds. He shot 5 for 9 from the floor and 2 for 4 from 3. He had a good 3-point shooting night, and so did Romeo Langford. He 2 for 6, but 2 for 3 from 3 with 6 points. He also had a good block. Another thing I wanted to speak about Josh Richardson before, he had a mean chase down block, and that was a good spark for this team and get him into the motion. So good job from Josh Richardson again. Aaron Nesmith didn't score. Grant Williams scored, but shot 0 for 4 from 3, so it didn't really matter. And Peyton Pritchard is getting no playing time from Ime Udoka because he really just can't play defense. He really just, every time he comes in, he's a negative on the box, plus or minus. Raptors box scores. OG Anunoby had a decent game, 14 points, 6 for 14 from the floor, 0 for 4 from 3, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and a block. And even though he couldn't make those threes, he still had an offensive impact. He had a couple of nice dunks and stuff like that. Fred VanVleet, he struggled last year from the 3-point line and from the field in general, but didn't play too bad tonight, field goal wise, at least from 3. Shot 5 for 14 from the floor, 4 for 9 from 3. and 6 assists, 3 steals, a block, and 16 points. Gary Trent Jr., good game. He's been playing very well for this Raptors team. His defense is crazy. Like he was locking people up full court. Gary Trent had 14 points, a block, 4 rebounds, and shot 6 for 12 on the floor. And he was a good pickup. I think it was Norman Powell and Gary Trent got traded. Yeah, definitely good for the Raptors. They've been playing pretty well. Scotty Barnes, once again, the guy I met from Perseverance. I didn't meet him, but I know him from Perseverance. 21 points, 4 assists, 7 rebounds, and 7 for 11 from the floor, and 7 for 8 from 3. Yeah, he had a good game, and he's been having good games, and he's probably the front runner for Rookie of the Year right now, as he should be. He's been playing very, very well, efficiently, hard, like, spiritual player, like, dives for balls, hustles down the court, and he caught a lob earlier in the game. It's just, he can do everything you need him to do. He's very versatile, and he's going to be a good player for this Raptors team for foreseeable future. Pascal Siakam, Mr. Spin Man, 8 points. Oh, I think this is his first game back. He did not play well at all. He played 30 minutes and had 8 points, 4 fouls, and 4 turnovers. And the only time he scored is when he span. But whatever. I've never liked Pascal Siakam. He's the most improved player. Has fell off since then, definitely. But he had 2 steals, 3 assists, 7 rebounds, and 3 for 7 from the floor. Did not play well. Precious Achiuwa. Pretty sure he came from the Heat. He played well. Able to facilitate the ball for a big man. Had a couple of nice like full court passes, like touchdown passes, and played good defense. He only had 3 points, but he played well. He had 3 blocks, a steal, 3 assists, 9 rebounds, and 2 offensive boards. Steve Mihailuk from the Pistons. 10 points, a steal, and shot 4 for 6 from the floor. Had a nice alley-oop catch layup. So he's not bad. Delano Banton, I think that's a rookie. He's not too bad, but he's not good at all. He had 2 blocks. Came in for 13 minutes and 2 blocks, so really didn't do very much. But he had those blocks. I guess that helped. Chris Boucher only played 6 minutes tonight. I think he was also a most improved candidate last year, but he didn't win it because of Julius Randle. Justin Champagnie from Pitt Basketball. So he came in for a single minute and missed his only shot and had a rebound. So I like Justin Champagnie, and I hope he plays well, but he didn't do anything, and he probably won't forever. Goran Dragic didn't even play because I don't know if he's injured or not. All right, so I don't know what's going on with Goran Dragic. I don't know why he's playing. I can't load it, whatever, but it's probably something internal because he is old and didn't play well the first couple of games. But all right, game flow, how the game went, how the game progressed, quarter by quarter. Celtics basically dominated the whole entire game, and the Raptors didn't have a lead after the first minute. So it was probably the first stabilized, normal game of the whole entire season where the Celtics literally just went like that, and the Raptors were like that. Probably the best game we've had this season, consistency wise, and people playing like normal NBA players instead of just not passing the ball or anything like that. Not much to talk about other than that it got kind of close in the second quarter, and Raptors cut to 2, and then the Celtics turned it on again, and Al Horford scored a couple buckets, and that was really about it until the end of the game, where Celtics once again just went like this because the bum players came in. There wasn't, after all those box scores and stats, there wasn't very much, to be honest. Just a good team win, and I'm very happy to see them win. Look at all the other games that occurred on Wednesday and what happened in those. There was tons of games that day. The Wizards beat the Cavaliers. The Wizards are the best team in the East right now, which is dumb. But the Cavaliers are going to start struggling without Colin Sexton because he's definitely one of their best players. Nets beat the Magic. Who cares?
What?
Bucks beat the Knicks in a game of white guys shooting threes on the Bucks. So, yeah, Pat Connaughton and what's his name? Pat Connaughton and Grayson Allen. I said Gary. All right. So Pat Connaughton and Grayson Allen basically carried the team at the end and shot a bunch of threes and layups and stuff like that. Pistons and Rockets. Pistons won, so it was literally just a battle of the rookies. And Kate Cunningham came up on top, 112, 104. The Rockets are now 1-10, and the Pistons are 2-8. Cunningham hasn't been playing well this year, but had an okay game today. I think he had around 20 points. And there's a little bit of beef between Jalen Green and the city of Detroit for some reason. Bulls beat the Mavs. The Mavericks suck, and Luka Doncic is overrated. The Mavericks are literally the worst good team in the whole entire league. Easy. Grizzlies lose to the Hornets, and Hornets break the little losing streak they had after going and playing well. Thunder beat the Pelicans, which was literally... I watched this game, and it was so, hurtful to watch. It was so boring, and the Thunder came out on top, and it was 108-100. The Pelicans are 1-11. Spurs, not playing the greatest this season, but De'Aaron Fox had a good comeback game, but although they lost 136-117 to the Spurs, he did have 37 points, so he played well. And Nuggets and Pacers was way too close, even though they didn't have Jokic or Jamal Murray or Michael Porter Jr. So it really shouldn't have been that close. But Will Barton was the carrier of the offense and had 30 points, and they've won their third straight game. Suns and the Trailblazers. Frank Kaminsky had 31 points. The Tank. Frank the Tank Kaminsky had 31 points off the bench and carried them to the win against Trailblazers. Warriors continuing their crazy streak of winning and great team play and defense and stuff like that. And Andrew Wiggins absolutely dunked all over Karl Anthony Towns. And he didn't only do it once, he did it twice. One putback dunk, and there was one where he just skied over Karl Anthony Towns and dunked all over him. But the Warriors came up and beat the Timberwolves 123-110, and they are now 10-1. So Curry's the MVP so far. With Clay, are going to be terrifying because the way they're playing now is terrifying. So, Lakers beat the Heat in an overtime game, 120-117, and Tyler Hero, Mr. Bubble Boy, missed 2 clutch shots in overtime and sold the game for the Heat, really. And Lakers are 7-5. We have the Bucks on Friday, so I'm scared for that, definitely. Jaylen Brown's not going to be there, so it's going to be just a scary game. But I don't know if they have Chris Milton. Hopefully he's not playing, so it's a little bit more fair. But I'll get a video for you guys on Saturday when the Celtics beat. They will not lose. Celtics are going to beat the Bucks 117-106. Celtics bet money line. I'll see you guys on Saturday, and thanks for watching. Peace.